This is a photo of my grandparents. My grandmother was married at age 24. She worked as a secretary in a steel mill till the birth of her first child. Then she and my grandfather purchased their first home in the suburbs of Pittsburgh and had 3 kids together. This is a photo of my parents. My mother was married at 22. She worked in accounting until the birth of her first child at 26, and then she and my father settled in the suburbs of Somerville, New Jersey, and had 3 kids together. This is a photo of me in front of my apartment. I'm 26, and no, I'm not married. I don't have any kids, and I haven't purchased my first home yet. I'm currently a creative director, and I work in the city of Scranton. So, what happened between our 3 generations? According to a study by the Pew Research Center, in 1960, 68% of 20-somethings were already married. Move back to 2008, and that number drops to just 26%. And this isn't a matter of looking for love in all the wrong places. There's a couple of factors that are contributing to the growth of unmarried adults in America. These factors revolve around a generation affectionately known as Millennials. That's an age group that's born roughly between 1980 and 1995, and then reaching adolescence or young adulthood around the turn of the millennium. And yes, I'm one of them. So let's take a look at some facts. 2008, the recession hits, right? So our inflated economy bursts, jobs become scarce. This is a major blow to anyone currently enrolled in higher education, just graduating, or with limited experience, just looking for a job. The recession also urged a shift in thinking from family-minded goals to career-minded goals. Why should struggling young professionals save up for marriage when they can pay off debt and chase their career? Add to that the widespread sex education of young adults and more affordable access to contraception, and you have a lowered sense of urgency for marriage and parenthood. And as our generation moves away from some of the beliefs and traditions of our parents, we're collectively forming a new view on the American dream. That shift from family focus to career focus has urged us to rethink what's important to us. Some of us wonder why get married at all, and what really defines a home or a family for us. Well, for the generation that doesn't know what it wants, it's clear that they at least desire less debt, the ability to enjoy their 20s and live it up, and more time to discover what we want to do for a living and who we really are. But there's more to this story. There's a factor that's not only influencing the drop of marriage rates for young adults, but is very easily a catalyst for many other aspects of millennial life. That factor is cities. Cities are changing millennials, and these millennials, in turn, are changing the cities. Recent Census Bureau data shows an upward trend in city growth since the recession. Last year, 2.3 million more people moved to metro areas than in 2012. And of the 381 recorded metropolitan areas in the United States, only 92 of those actually saw a drop in population. And with the low 9.6% unemployment rate when I graduated, life in my college hometown was looking bleak. So us, all the millennials, saw more of a chance to expand our career choices in the city. We either opted to make our way into cash-strapped city life, or continue our education and plunge even deeper into debt, or if all else fails, head back home and live with our parents. Personally, I ended up in that last category. But while back home in my suburban hometown, I found myself missing parts of the city in which I'd gone to school. Why? That city didn't have nearly the amount of upscale shopping centers, sprawling housing developments, and well-manicured lawns and highways that I had access to in my hometown. So why did the urge remain to be in the city? Well, as the generation that essentially went from diapers to dial-up, we are the most connected age group to date. Through means of social media, smartphones, tablets, and other internet-enabled venues, we can physically be several time zones away from someone, but feel like we're in the same room. We hold so much power to communicate in the palm of our hands. Yet we rarely look up from our hands to connect with the physical world around us. Cities provide a physical closeness that encourages a higher level of human connectedness than that of the American suburbs. For instance, you can walk down the street to your favorite cafe after checking their specials on their Facebook or Twitter feed. After that, you can head to dinner at your favorite restaurant and make sure you leave a review about your experience on Yelp. And of course, cap off the day at your favorite bar on the corner. And don't forget to Instagram a picture of that amazing drink they made just for you. There are other apps such as Uber, Seamless, Eventbrite that are specifically catered to 20-somethings in urban areas looking for ways to connect, both physically and digitally. When you combine our passion for social media with the city's physical closeness, you have a millennial mecca, literally drawing us in like moths. You also have a community forming that tends to stay longer before settling down and finding a spouse or having a family and moving to the suburbs. So why are we staying so much longer than previous generations? Well, the city has more jobs by proximity, which helps us fight our debt woes and gain more experience. There's also, with the high concentrated population, more access to singles within our age group, so higher likelihood of casual dating. And with such a large generational cohort living so close together, we can find people with like-minded views and share our beliefs and form deeper social connections. So essentially, it seems like the American city is a low-commitment paradise full of opportunities for young adults that are hip, single, and more than ready to mingle. But these urban-bound singles aren't just flocking to cities to escape marriage and the fear of living at home forever. There's so many factors influencing what these millennials are doing in these urban areas, and they're actually changing them for the better. You've all seen it. Abandoned buildings are turning into apartments. Drab businesses and chain restaurants are turning into independently owned boutique shops and cafes and delis. And emerging startups and young entrepreneurs are expanding the workforce and improving the quality of living in the city. These factors make cities an attractive foundation for young professionals. They want to live, work, and create in the city. I have just a few examples of these changes that I found on Google Street View. You can see here our own hometown of Scranton, PA, the 500 block here, and just how it's changed in those past couple of years and the renovations that they made. Even over to Brooklyn, New York, formerly vacant street corners are now full of life. And in Grand Rapids, Michigan, they're building universities, hospitals, and even Denver, Colorado. High-rise loft apartments and upscale hotels. Big changes are happening in formerly neglected parts of these urban areas. Millennials get that in order to have that social lifestyle that they want, they must have a hand in helping redesign these cities to aid that lifestyle. Whereas the intended function of the suburbs, the intended form of the suburbs dictated the function of settling down and the start of family life, these cities radiate a creative fire and a vibrant social life that ignites our generation. That physical and digital closeness is the perfect opportunity for young adults to find a common space, a space to rethink, revitalize, and recreate together, and improve the quality of life. So where will this shift in the American dream take us? How will millennials take shape of this growing revitalization beyond the American city? I think as we experience this future growth and change with new generations, we'll even see the suburbs take on a new form. With the rise of green initiatives and sustainability, I think our generation and younger ones are aware now more than ever of how their actions affect the future. I look forward to that future, where regardless of urban or suburban setting, regardless of what the ideal adult lifestyle is, and regardless of married or single, we can all embrace the creativity and innovation that these new generations will bring. Thank you.